But the one that actually really grabs my attention now, that I'm telling my community, I am trying to raise the alarm wherever I can, and I am taking as many actions as I can in my own house, is microplastics. Microplastics really are like the new smoking. Okay. We know smoking is bad for you. People denied it for a long time. We have also known that microplastics are everywhere. And I was, honestly, I was kind of blowing it off myself for a number of years. People used to say, well, what do you think about this plastic cup you're drinking from, or the water bottle? Look, this is actually a modern conversation, Drew, that I think needs to be had. And hopefully there will be people in government and people in the private sector and companies. They're going to want to come together and have this intelligent conversation to say, listen, this is a new discovery. We didn't realize this was happening. What do we do collectively to make better decisions so that the public is actually going to be less exposed to these toxins, even if it's impossible? Like, if I ever have hesitation about the plastic thing, in my mind, I'm picturing a credit card. Do I want to be eating that this week? No. So I'm going to try to make another decision.
Welcome, everyone, to a conversation of profound importance, one that addresses a largely unseen force silently shaping our health and our future. Today, we are immensely privileged to learn from Dr. William Li, a visionary physician and scientist whose work consistently cuts through the noise to reveal critical truths about our well-being. He brings to light a pervasive modern challenge, one that he describes with chilling clarity as the new smoking, the omnipresent threat of microplastics. Prepare to gain life-changing wisdom on how to understand this silent adversary and how to take practical, actionable steps to protect yourself and your loved ones from its far-reaching implications. Think for a moment about smoking. For decades, the dangers were debated, dismissed, or simply unknown. But eventually, the overwhelming scientific evidence became undeniable, leading to a monumental shift in public health and a collective understanding of its devastating impact. Dr. Li argues that we are now at a similar precipice with microplastics, tiny, insidious particles of plastic that have permeated every corner of our environment and, increasingly, our bodies. He explains that while the full scope of their harm is still being unraveled, the emerging data paints a stark picture, demanding our immediate attention and proactive response. Dr. Li recounts his own journey of awareness regarding microplastics. He admits that, for a number of years, even he, as a scientist, tended to blow it off, viewing concerns about plastic cups or water bottles as perhaps overblown or minor. He recalls colleagues or patients asking about the safety of drinking from a plastic bottle on a hot day, and while he advised caution, the true, profound biological impact wasn't fully understood. But the relentless accumulation of scientific evidence, much of which he himself has been involved in reviewing and synthesizing, has fundamentally shifted his perspective, leading him to deliver this urgent warning. What exactly are these microplastics? Dr. Li explains that they are plastic particles less than 5 millimeters in size, smaller than a grain of rice. But even more insidious are nanoplastics, which are less than 1 micrometer, meaning they are 10,000 times smaller than a microplastic particle. These are truly invisible to the naked eye, yet they are coating our world, constantly breaking down from larger plastic items. The reason they are so concerning, he emphasizes, is their ability to penetrate deep into our biological systems due to their minuscule size, far beyond what we initially imagined. He paints a vivid, almost unsettling picture of how pervasive these tiny invaders truly are in our daily lives. Consider your clothing. Synthetic fabrics like polyester and nylon, prevalent in everything from your athleisure wear to your pantyhose, continuously shed microscopic plastic fibers. Just by snapping a pair of pantyhose, you are spraying these fibers into the air, where they can be inhaled and, due to their tiny size, absorb directly into your bloodstream. We now know, unequivocally that microplastics are found in human blood, in our food, and in our beverages. Dr. Lee shares a truly shocking discovery that highlights the extent of this pervasive contamination. A research study revealed that a typical paper tea bag, which is often sprayed with a thin layer of plastic by manufacturers to prevent it from tearing in hot water, can shed 1 billion plastic particles into a single mug of tea. 1 billion. And we then consume these particles with our comforting brew. This stark example underscores how deeply ingrained plastic has become in our food chain and daily habits, often without our conscious awareness. The cumulative effect of this exposure is alarming. Dr. Lee cites recent estimates suggesting that many of us are ingesting the equivalent of 1 credit card's worth of plastic into our bodies every single week. For years, the critical question was, is this actually causing harm? Now, regrettably, the answer is beginning to emerge with chilling clarity. He points to a groundbreaking study from Italy, published just about a year and a half ago. Researchers found microplastics embedded directly within the arterial plaques and blood clots of people with cardiovascular disease. More critically, those individuals with microplastics in their clots had a 4-fold increase in the risk of suffering a fatal heart attack or stroke. This is not a theoretical risk. It is a direct, measurable impact on human health. Beyond cardiovascular disease, Dr. Lee highlights other disturbing discoveries about microplastic presence in our bodies. Microplastics have been found in significant quantities in the human brain, measurable on a sensitive kitchen scale. This plastic has been shown to stimulate inflammation in the brain, which is clearly associated with cognitive defects, brain fog, and could potentially be a contributing factor to the rising rates of dementia. Furthermore, microplastics have been detected in male reproductive organs, including testicles and human semen, raising profound concerns about long-term impacts on fertility and reproductive health. The simple fact that plastic is being found in these sensitive biological systems in measurable amounts demands our urgent and decisive action. Now, before we delve into practical, actionable strategies that you can implement in your daily life to dramatically reduce your exposure to these ubiquitous microplastics, we want to build a supportive community around this vital information. If you are finding Dr. Lee's insights on microplastics as the new smoking compelling and are motivated to reduce your own exposure, please take a moment to like this video. Share it with your friends and family who you believe could also benefit from understanding this critical modern health challenge. Subscribe to our channel for more empowering content on health and well-being. And most importantly, we invite you to share your own thoughts and experiences in the comments below. What are your initial reactions to learning about microplastics in this way? What existing habits might you consider changing? And what new strategies are you eager to try? Your stories and insights can inspire others and help us build a collective understanding of how to navigate this modern environment. Let's learn and grow together. Given the pervasive nature of microplastics, Dr. Lee emphasizes that while complete elimination might be an impossible feat in our modern world, we possess the power to make significant, impactful choices that dramatically reduce our exposure. He offers practical, actionable strategies that empower you to create a healthier environment within your own home and daily routine, mitigating the risks associated with this new smoking. One of the most crucial steps Dr. Lee advocates is filtering your drinking water. He explains that a significant amount of tap water in developed countries, while microbiologically safe, still contains microplastics. Public filtration systems are not yet universally equipped to remove these tiny particles. He strongly recommends investing in a high-quality home water filter, specifically a reverse osmosis system, for all your drinking and cooking water. While reverse osmosis filters remove beneficial minerals, Dr. Lee reminds us that our primary source of essential minerals should be from our food, and trace minerals can easily be added back to water if desired. His clear message: either you get a filter or your body becomes the filter. Next, Dr. Lee strongly advises avoiding plastic food containers and dinnerware, especially when heat is involved. He urges viewers to toss out plastic storage containers in their kitchens, particularly for storing leftovers or reheating food. Heating food in plastic, whether in a microwave or even by storing hot food in plastic, significantly accelerates the leaching of microplastics and other harmful chemicals into your meal. His simple, effective solution: switch entirely to glass or stainless steel containers for food storage and meal prep. These materials are inert and do not leach harmful substances, providing a safe and clean environment for your food. Even if the lids are plastic, they typically do not directly touch the food, minimizing transfer. Another often overlooked source of microplastic exposure is cooking surfaces. Dr. Lee highlights the danger of scratched Teflon or other non-stick pans. These coatings are essentially plastic, and when scratched or heated to high temperatures, they can release thousands to tens of thousands of micro and nanoplastics directly into your food. His practical and timeless solution: switch to stainless steel or cast iron cookware. These durable materials are chemical-free, last for generations, and are the workhorses of professional kitchens for good reason. They provide a safe and reliable cooking surface without the hidden dangers of plastic coatings. Dr. Lee also draws attention to personal care items, particularly your toothbrush. He explains that as you repeatedly use a plastic toothbrush, its bristles wear down and shed microplastics directly into your mouth, which can then be ingested. His practical advice is to change out your toothbrush frequently, long before it shows visible signs of wear. Alternatively, consider more sustainable options like bamboo toothbrushes or electric toothbrushes with replaceable, non-plastic heads to minimize both plastic waste and personal exposure. He further emphasizes being mindful of clothing choices. The ubiquitous nature of synthetic fabrics like polyester, nylon, and spandex means our clothing is a constant source of microplastic shedding. As these clothes are worn, and especially when washed, tiny fibers break off and enter our environment and bodies. While it's challenging to avoid all synthetics, Dr. Lee encourages prioritizing natural fibers like organic cotton, wool, linen, and hemp whenever possible, especially for items worn closest to the skin or for sleepwear. This simple shift can reduce a significant source of daily microplastic exposure. Finally, Dr. Lee urges a more discerning approach to food packaging. A vast array of fresh produce and pantry items are now pre-wrapped in plastic. He suggests prioritizing fresh produce that is not pre-wrapped, buying in bulk whenever feasible, and opting for items packaged in glass, paper, or metal whenever these alternatives are available. By simply choosing whole, unprocessed foods, you naturally reduce your reliance on plastic packaging and the chemicals that can leach from it, streamlining your efforts to reduce microplastic exposure. In conclusion, Dr. William Lee delivers a powerful and urgent message. Microplastics are indeed the new smoking, a pervasive and serious health concern silently impacting our bodies. However, he empowers us with clear, practical, and low-stress strategies to significantly reduce our exposure. From filtering our water and choosing glass containers to upgrading our kitchenware and being mindful of our clothing and food packaging, each conscious decision is a profound act of self-protection, safeguarding our long-term health and fostering a more vibrant existence. He urges us to select just one or two of these practical tips and implement them starting today. Perhaps it's finally investing in that water filter you've been considering, replacing a scratched non-stick pan with a new stainless steel skillet, or simply making a conscious effort to choose produce not wrapped in plastic. Every conscious step you take to minimize your exposure to microplastics is a direct investment in your future health, your energy levels, and your overall well-being. Now, as we conclude this vital discussion on microplastics, we want to invite you to become an active part of a supportive community dedicated to making informed choices for lasting health and a cleaner lifestyle. If you have found Dr. Lee's insights valuable and are motivated to apply these strategies in your daily life, please take a moment to like this video. Share it with your friends and family who you believe could also benefit from this critical information. Subscribe to our channel for more empowering content on health and well-being. And most importantly, please share your own experiences and practical tips in the comments below. What small changes have you already made to reduce plastic in your life? What challenges do you face in minimizing exposure? And what innovative solutions have you discovered? Your stories and wisdom can provide invaluable inspiration and practical guidance. Let's connect, share, and empower each other to create healthier environments for ourselves and for future generations. Thank you for joining us.